Are you lacking a little bit of energy? Do you need a little bit of a boost? Or maybe you just want a tasty beverage? I got you covered. Introducing G Fuel, a sugar-free formula with loads of different flavors to choose from that'll give you a boost. These are a couple of the flavors out of the many that I really like. Now, G Fuel also has a non-caffeine line called Hydration, and these are absolute bangers containing a lot of electrolytes and vitamins. You can also get a starter kit which contains a shaker with a bunch of sachets of different flavors for you to try it so you can pick your favorites. By using code SALT, you can get 30% off on your purchase right now. Link in the description of the video. If you miss the salt, it's not my fault. What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full type changing abilities Pokemon team. This is going to be a team based around abilities that actually change the type of moves. Example, Aurorus with the ability Refrigerate, it turns its normal type moves into ice moves. I think that's pretty cool. We're going to have two battles today with this team. I've picked 6 Pokemon out that actually get abilities like this, and I'll put them on one team. First Pokemon battle here, this is against a Torok, and we have a Slowpoke lead. Oh, it's shiny too, I hardly even noticed. My first Pokemon is going to be Scorbunny. Now, this is a physical Scorbunny. I gave it some pretty standard moves for Scorbunny because it doesn't need like super duper hard. I've got Gunk Shot, High Jump Kick, Acrobatics, and Sucker Punch. I've got the ability Libero, and obviously that's going to fit into this team nicely too. So Libero, Gunk Shot, doing a pretty good amount of damage there to the Slowpoke and getting a poison, which is really nice. Now the Slowpoke is going to be going for a Mud Shot here. That is going to be super effective, but Scorbunny is going to be able to live that. It is, however, going to drop my speed, but I'm not going to get outsped by a Slowpoke because Slowpoke is very slow. I'm going to be going for a Sucker Punch here, turning myself now into a Dark type, and that'll easily be enough to take out our friend Slowpoke. So very first Pokemon is down. Now the item and EVs I've got on Scorbunny, pretty standard EV spread. We've got Max Speed and Max Attack, Jolly Nature, and the item is going to be Focus Sash. I've got Focus Sash with Acrobatics, so I thought it went reasonably well. That's going to be the end of my Scorbunny because I'm not leaving in against that, and we're going to go into Aurora. So Aurorus is a pretty cool set. We've got a physical Refrigerate set. Now on the swap here, we've got the Slowking going for the Trick Room. I've got Facade, Rock Polish, Earthquake, and Iron Tackle. And I've got Max Attack, and I've got Max Speed as well. I've got the item Toxic Orb, and I've got the ability Refrigerate. So what's that's going to do? It's going to change Facade into an Ice-type move, right? And that's going to be pretty dang powerful. Now, the opposing Slowking is going to go for a Curse. It's a bulky physical attacker by the looks of it. And Facade was like, well, it should do some reasonable damage still. And it did. You know, that was really good damage there. Aurorus' attack isn't the greatest in the world. Now, the reason I've got the Toxic Orb on there so I can double the base power of Facade. And I didn't want to affect my other moves and stuff like that, so I didn't obviously put Flame Orb on there. I have to say that Shiny Aurorus has a very nice Shiny too. Now, this is going to probably be a good time to go for the Earthquake here, so let's go ahead and go for that. It does very underwhelming damage. So, okay, fair enough. Now, I've got the Toxic here. I was like, well, I can easily take this thing out. And it's only got like 2 more hits, right? And now it's going to go for a Slack Off. So it's a bulky set. So it's a physical set with Slack Off, which is going to be quite annoying. Now, I was waiting for the Trick Room to actually run out here, so I thought I might as well just keep firing off Facades. That's the strongest move. You know, it's even stronger than the Earthquake. I can keep going for like probably 2 or 3 more of them. Now the Slowking is going to go for an Eerie spell here, and the PP is going to get dropped by 3. So like, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going to faint very soon. Going for another Facade here, almost taking it up. Very close. Now this turn, the Trick Room is going to run out. So I was like, okay, that's not all that bad. It's going to be a double KO there because Slowking is going to faint and I'm going to faint, but at least I got rid of that thing. It was very tanky. So bye-bye Aurorus there. I have to say this, does anyone really like Aurorus? Is that their favorite Pokemon out there? Is any Aurorus lovers? I feel like it's a Pokemon that gets like decimated all the time because it's so weak to like many things. Next Pokemon is going to be Primarina, and we got a Slowbro. So as you can see, my opponent has got like a Slowpoke, almost like Slowpoke evolutions here. Now, Primarina is a actual pretty interesting set here. We got a Hyper Voice off Liquid Voice, Misty Terrain, Echoed Voice, and Misty Explosion. So obviously those sound-based moves like Hyper Voice and Echoed Voice turn into Water-type moves. It's also got the item Terrain Extender, and it's got max health and max special attack. Now, this Primarina worked with another Pokemon on my team in like Tangent, so I could get the ability to activate, but you'll get to see that in a little bit. Now, the Slowbro is going to set up an Amnesia, which is like, man, that really sucks. I'm just going to go for a Mystic Explosion and do as much damage as I can to the Slowbro, right? Then I've got another Pokemon that I want to bring in. So it does very underwhelming damage due to the Amnesia, of course, and that's the end of Primarina. Now, Slowbro is going to go for a Psychic there. Obviously, Psychic's not going to hit anything, and we're going to bring in Stunfisk. So recently, I did a Stunfisk team, and we're going to use the Mimicry ability. So with the Mystic Terrain on the field, I gave it Misty Seed as its item 2 to increase its special defense and it be a Fairy type. So we got Metal Sound and Terrain Pulse. I thought Terrain Pulse would be really cool too, because that'll allow me to use a Fairy type move, or whatever terrain is on the field. At this moment, it's going to be a Fairy type move with the Misty Terrain. Now, Slowbro is going to be going for a Surface. Since I've got that Misty Seed up there, and it is Stunfisk, it's very, very thick, and I can do some pretty good damage here to the Slowbro. I also got the Metal Sound too, so I can drop the special defense if Slowbro, does decide to go for Amnesia again, which, of course, it is. Now, the Stunfisk Galar set, I've got Metal Sound, I've got Terrain Pulse, and I've got Earth Power and Flash Cannon. Item's going to be Mimicry, and I've got Max Health and Max Special Attack, Modest Nature. So I like to opt for the special one. And, both physical is probably a bit better, but special is still pretty fun to use. So we're going to be going for Metal Sound there, getting rid of these Slowbro Amnesias here. It feels like I'm battling in Gen 1 people against the Amnesia Slowbro. That was really, really broken. So Slowbro is going to go for another Surf here. Surf is doing monkeys to my Stunfisk. So I got this. All I got to do is keep wearing this Slowbro down. So going for another Terrain Pulse here. One more should be enough to take it out. Here comes a Psychic here, and Psychic's going to do nothing as well. Like, Stunfisk is eating these attacks up, especially with that Misty Seed. I thought that was really cool. So that's going to be the end of our friend Slowbro. Thank goodness, and that's half the team down already. The bad thing about Stunfisk is the problem is it can't get any terrain moves. Now Mimicry is going to wear off because the terrain is gone and it's going to turn back into its usual typing. Next Pokemon is going to be the Slowpoke Galar. I'm going to go for Metal Sound here and drop the special defense of the Slowpoke. So I thought, well, it might be an Everlight set. You never know, right? Now the Slowpoke is going to go for Curse, so it's another Curse set. So okay. Well, I mean, my attacking moves are going to hit, really, really hard. I mean, I don't have the power of Terrain Pulse anyway. It's back to a normal type move at 50 base power, but I still can go for a Flash Cannon. So I'll pop that Flash Cannon off there, and that is going to be the end of the Slowpoke. So very, very good there. Stunfisk is really, really putting into work. Next Pokemon is going to be Slowbro again. So we got all the Slowbro. I actually did this team about 2 years ago. I think I did it when the DLC, the first or second... I believe it was the second DLC I did. Maybe it was the first one. I can't remember. It was a very, very long time ago. So Slowbro's going to go for a Yawn here, and now they're going to swap. And what it's going to do here, they've got a Slowking coming in. It's like, all right, fair enough. I mean, Stunfisk has done an amazing job. It's brought their team down to 2 more Pokemon. So we're going to go for a normal Terrain Pulse there, and Slowking obviously is going to take hardly any damage at all. Now, this Slowking has got leftovers and is very, very bulky. In fact, this team was just really, really tanky in general. So Stunfisk is going to close its eyes there. I can't see if it's closed its eyes or not, but I'm assuming it has. And I wonder if when you step on Stunfisk Gala, it closes its eyes or opens them. Now, in comes this Slowbro. It's not regenerated. Come on. And I'm going to be sleeping right here again, of course. Now, this is probably going to be a quick draw set. It's going to be going for a Slack Off. So another, do all of these have Slack Off? It's possible, right? So that's going to get over half its health back. Now they're going to get a quick draw here, outspeeding Stunfisk. I mean, outspeeding Stunfisk doesn't take too much, trust me. And this is going to be Dynamax Slowbro. So, okay, it was a good thing they got the Slack Off there because, wouldn't have had a lot of health back in the meantime. So Stunfisk, I'm expecting to lose this pretty soon, unless I wake up, but even if I do, I'm not going to be doing, tons and tons of damage. I thought, maybe I could turn into a Psychic type here, but I doubt it's going to use a Psychic type move. It's probably going to use some sort of neutral or coverage move. Here comes the Max Quake, and that is going to be the end of Stunfisk. But an amazing effort there by Stunfisk, taking so many Pokemon out there. If you do like Stunfisk, I did do a Stunfisk forums team a couple of days ago. Next Pokemon I'm going to bring it is going to be Scorbunny. I do have Sucker Punch. I know that obviously it's not going to take Slowbro out, but I can at least do some form of damage here. So turning into a Dark-type Pokemon, and we've got some excellent damage there. Now, I've got a question for you all. This is a question little of the day here. Now, what other abilities could fit into this team? think about it for a sec. They don't have to be in the game either, just in general. If you know the answer or answers to that question, leave them below in the comment section of the video. Also, people, if you do enjoy the content, please drop a like. Really does help me out. Last Pokemon is, fifth Pokemon is going to be Steel Valley. I've got the Steel on it as a Steel Memory. And the cool thing about this, if you've got multi-attack, it takes the typing of the memory. You can even Dynamax it and go for Max Strike, and it'll be obviously the same type as you're holding. So in this case, it'll be Steel type, even though it doesn't say that. It's exactly the same as like Weather Ball and things like that. So this Steel Valley is a mix set. I've got Steel Beam, Heat Wave, multi-attack, which is the Steel type move, and Work Up with the ability RKS system. And we've got Max Speed and Max Special Attack, Naive Nature with the Steel Memory. Now, we're going to go for a Steel Spike here on the Slowking. It is, Slowbro. Sorry, I was a little bit slow on the uptake there. And I'm going to boost my defensive stat. Now, Slowbro is not going to get a quick draw, thankfully, so it is going to go second. It still does a pretty good amount of damage to me, considering, Steel Valley's got some pretty good bulk to it too. So I can finish off Slowbro with this next attacking move too. Now, I did ask a question yesterday on my stream on YouTube. I was like, would you like to see a Steel Valley team with every single Steel Valley memory on it? Like, I've done it in the past, and I went back and looked at the team, but I didn't actually use all of them. I just picked 6 of them out. I thought I could use every single Steel Valley on one team, or like in a video, right? So if you'd like to see that, let me know in the comment section. I'm half thinking about doing. It'll be a fair bit of work though, because I got to get all those different Steel Valley movesets thought up. So here comes the last Pokemon. It's going to be the Slowking, and I'm really doing very underwhelming damage, that which is fine to me. There's nothing I can actually do to this. I've got Heat Wave and I've got a Steel type move. Now, Slowking is going to throw up a Substitute here. It's like, okay, this is very bad. So it's hiding behind the sub, and I can't do much of it. We got 3 minutes left of this battle here too, which is going to be bad, because I can't get around it with Steel Valley. I've got one more Pokemon. So I know who to send in here. We are going to send in Sylveon. So Sylveon has got the ability Pixilate, which is a really cool move. It's going to turn their normal type moves straight into Fairy. But once again, can you guess all the other abilities that could possibly be in this team? Let me know in the comment section of the video. I'll give you a clue. A Mega Pokemon might have one of them. There's a little clue. There's going to be others though. So we got this Pixilate Sylveon with Curse and Last Resort. I've got Max Health and Max Attack, Adamant Nature. So what I want to do is go for Curse, boosting my attack by 1 stage. And since I've used all the other moves I can possibly do, I can go for a Last Resort, which will be a Fairy type move with a Pixilate, and it does hit really, really hard. So Slowking is like a substitute tri-attack set. It's not doing a lot, but I can see what they're trying to do there. They're trying to like paralyze me, maybe like freeze me or burn me. I'm hoping I don't get frozen though, because I'm going to have to let it go. So go for another Last Resort here on the sub. Easily going to be able to break that. I believe that I can almost one-shot this. Possibly one-shot this, So now Slowking is going to go for yet another tri-attack here. We're getting very close to the end of the battle. I think it was like 2 minutes left. And then there's the Paralyze. Like, okay, it's not all that bad. At least it wasn't a frozen, right? Steel Valley cannot beat this Slowking, so I'm going to have to beat the Slowking with, Sylveon. So Slowking is going to throw up another Substitute there. We're getting very, very close to the end of the game. I think we'll almost at the very last minute of the battle, or extremely close to that. And I'm going to break that Substitute again. Here we go. We're at 60 seconds of the battle. Man, I hope Generation 9 doesn't have 20-minute time. I'm going to rejoice if we don't have this. It'll be so good. And put Versus Recorder back in the game. I'll be loving that. I hope they do that. Anyway, so Slowking's going to go for a Power Gem there. Doesn't do a lot of damage. I get paralyzed. I'm like, man, this really sucks. All in the meantime, Slowking is getting its health back too. All I gotta do is land one Last Resort. It's gonna do like a heap of damage. So here comes another tri-attack from the Slowking there. It does about as much as Power Gem, and I get paralyzed again. 20 seconds left of this battle. Like, man, can I get an attack off here? If I don't get an attack off, I'm definitely going to lose, because I've only got Sylveon left, right? So here comes another tri-attack from the Slowking here. And on the very, very last 0 seconds to go, I got off the Last Resort. And Slowking is going to be no more. Dropped in one shot by a powerful Pixilate Last Resort with a Pixilate. Thank you, Tom, for the battle there. That was a very bulky team there. A Slowpoke Evolution team. Let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is a battle against Skylar. And I wonder if you can guess what this scene team is. I've actually done this scene team before. And I actually have to go back and check if my team picks were actually, similar to this. Maybe they'll be different. I actually not sure if I did this in Gen 8. I may not have done it in Gen 8. I can't remember. Anyway, so we're going to Flable using the gravity to start the battle off. I'm unsure of the gravity of the situation, right? So I'm going to set up the Misty Terrain. So I'm going to go boom this in. I was thinking about going for Echoed Voice, but then the Clefable uses Zap Cannon, which is really funny, right? Because the Misty Terrain actually blocks me being paralyzed, and I'm actually able to get off the Misty Terrain there. So, the Misty Explosion. I did the Misty Terrain earlier on. So I'm going to get that extra bit of base power there, and Clefable is very, very thick, so it managed to live that, but man, that was a good amount of damage there. Now, Clefable is going to be able to eat a Citrus Berry here, which sucks, but it's all good there. I did at least do a big dent of damage, and now the stage is set for Stunfisk. I feel like Primarina mostly set up Stunfisk. I mean, in some of the other battles, I did use Hyper Voice and Echoed Voice, but those battles just, they weren't really, entertaining content, right? They were either like massive sweeps or one-sided battles. Now, Clefable's going to swap out here, and I've got the Glade to face now. We're going to go for a Flash Cannon here. Flash Cannon's going to do a very, very average damage to Glade. Now Glade's going to go for a close combat. I'm like, I'm a Fairy type. That's not going to do much at all. Like, I wonder why that happened for, right? Why did you choose that move? Then I seen the item activate. It was an eject pack. So as soon as those stats got dropped, the Glade got swapped out. So, I see. That's a nice strategy. So now the Turtonator's going to come in here, and I've got a Fairy type moves because we've got Terrain Pulse at 100 base power. Now, obviously, the Turtonator is going to have the Fairy and the Fire and the Dragon, so it is going to resist on the Fire side, so it is going to be neutral, but that would have been really good on a Dragon type right there. Now we got another explosion here, and Turtonator actually fails to take out Stunfisk, and it is going to fake, which is great there. So Stunfisk is very, very bulky. That's one good thing about Stunfisk. Gravity is going to return to normal. Now in comes the Glade again. Now, I'm going to give you a clue here. I reckon you could also use Tyrogue would be pretty good for the character there. So I can see Double Edge is a good move too. I see that. So close combat and Double Edge. We're going to go into the Score Bunny right now. Score Bunny does have Sash. Thank goodness. And now I can go for a Acrobatics. I don't have an item anymore, so we're going to get that double base power. Plus Glade has also got a defensive drop too. So this should be no worries for Score Bunny to take out. Plus we got the stab as well, so it's going to be amazing. So that is going to be the end of the Glade. I'm trying to think of all the other abilities that could have fitted into this team if they were in the game. Like, I'm starting to think, I've got like 4 on the top of my head. There could be more at the moment. So in comes Goodry, which is going to be good if I can land my high jump kick on it, and I do. Imagine getting kicked by Score Bunny, and that does excellent damage. Now, Goodry is going to have Gooey. Not that it really matters, because I'm assuming it's going to attack me with some sort of move here. And yes, it is going to be Acid Spray. I just realized right then I'm going to have to redo my Goomy evolution team if the Hisuian forms come into the game. I only just did that. That's kind of annoying. I only did like a year ago or less. Next Pokemon is Aurorus. This is prime time to set up the Rock Polish because I definitely think there's going to be a swap there, and there was. We got the Clefable coming in from earlier on, so I'm like, okay, I don't want to get hit by any moves. I'm sure it's got some powerful, special move there, and I've got the Rock Polish up, which is good. Now I can go for Facade. Facade is going to be a very, very powerful move here, and Clefable is going to be going down. So bye-bye Clefable. No more Zap Cannons here. I don't think Clefable was going to use Zap Cannon. There's probably some upper coverage move. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe Fire Blast or something like that. Our next Pokemon is going to be Buzzwell. I love Buzzwell. Look at them big flecks of guns there. I'm going to go for the Facade. Buzzwell has incredible defense there. It's going to go for Revenge. That is absolutely going to be the end of Aurorus. Poor Aurorus. It's so weak to many moves. A good effort there. So it's solid damage with Facade. Now, the Buzzwell is going to get a attack rise, so I need to take it out. We're going to be going into Sylveon. I thought this would be a good swapping because I've got that Last Resort. It's a Fairy type. I should be able to take out the Buzzwell, no worries. However, we've got a swap there, and we've got the Goodra coming back into the Sylveon. So, okay, that's fine too, because both of these Pokemon are going to get hit hard by Last Resort. So I've got my Curse. I'll be boosting the power of my attack. And I was like, well, I think that these still, I'll get outsped by the Goodra here, right? Because I've got a, -1 of speed. Now, the Goodra opted to go for a Toxic instead of attacking me, which probably was a good play there because this is going to be a very, very dangerous set. So go for a Last Resort, and that is the end of the Goodra. I am going to get another Gooey, not that that really matters. I think all the other Pokemon were able to outspeed me at this stage. So I was like, is Buzzwell going to come in here? Is this going to be like another Pokemon? I was trying to think what Buzzwell could actually, do to me. However, it's not going to be Buzzwell, it's going to be Gala Darmanitan. I was like, oh, I see what's going to go on. So now the Darmanitan is going to go for a sub to try and get the dub, and I'm going to go for a Last Resort here. Now, Last Resort only has 8 PP at max, so I know that I've just got enough, but it could keep going, it potentially could keep going down for substitute over and over and over like that, but I actually want to put some pressure on this thing to actually put it on a low amount of health. At least I can force it on a low amount of health, and I don't really want to swap out either, because if I do, then I'm going to need to reset the curse up, and I'm already poisoned, and I'm going to have to take like lots of hits before I can use Last Resort again. So I'm just going to keep spamming the Last Resort and getting rid of these subs, right? So Darmanitan is now in range of its Zen mode. I'm assuming it's going to be Zen mode, judging on the nickname there, which, you know, really is a great fitting nickname for this. And now it's going to go for another substitute. It's like, is this going to be a berry activation? And it was. So the Darmanitan is going to eat a potato berry, boosting its special attack. So it's a special attacking set. Now, if you know Gala Darmanitan, it doesn't have a very good special stat at all. So I believe I definitely believe that I've done a special Darmanitan sweep before, or I almost did one. It is terrible, right? So Sylveon's taking a lot of toxic damage right now. Now we've got a Dynamax Darmanitan. I thought it might be Buzzwell, actually, but I guess this is a good match because it is a little bit faster. And I don't know what other moves that Buzzwell has got to actually, take Sylveon out with. It might have like Poison Jab or something like that, but I wasn't really sure. So Dynamax Darmanitan here. I like how it's bouncing so high. It looks a little bit small though. I feel like it should be bigger than that. So now it's going to go for Max Flare on my Sylveon, and you can see how bad Darmanitan's special attack is. It fails to take out Sylveon. Now, I'm going to get a nice little chance here to take it out, and it is going to faint. However, I'm going to faint at the same time, even though it's not very effective, you know. So that is going to be the end of the Darmanitan. All that snow just melted. Now, I've got one more Pokeball left here. Oh, it's my Silvally again. For some reason, Silvally was almost always left to like the last point in my battles. I don't know why, it just was. So in comes Buzzwell here. Now, I'm very, very glad that I was running a mix set and I actually was carrying Heat Wave here. So I thought, I'm not going to go for Heat Wave straight up because it's going to miss, right? So I have to go for a Desperation Dynamax here to make sure I land that Max Flare on the Buzzwell. Right now, Buzzwell doesn't have the greatest special defense in the world, so I knew this would like be more than enough to actually take it out. It doesn't seem to have Quick Claw or anything like that, which is good too. And you know, I've got that Steel type, so I would get wrecked by like Revenge would easily one-shot me. Maybe not in Dynamax, so but you know, absolutely outside of it. But yeah, anyway, have a think if you'd like to see that Silvally team. I could do a little blast from the past. I'm pretty sure I did that in Oris. I did in Oris days. So that is going to be the end of the Buzzwell there, getting hit by the Max Flare. And that's pretty much it for the second battle. I hope you enjoyed both of these. If you enjoyed it, drop a like on the video. I shall catch you tomorrow for some more content. Peace out, people.